disclaimer first, all right? Our disclaimer is Politically Street is not politically endorsing podcast. We're here for information purposes only. We're here to interview people doing amazing things in our community, like community leaders, business owners, and elected officials. So with that being said, I have 4 astounding women that pulled in my spirit this morning. I did something I don't usually do, but since it's a sense of urgency, I came, right? So let them introduce themselves from the right to the left.
Hello everyone, I'm Pasha Alachi. I'm with Healing Den, located here in Houston, Texas, and Arizona and Phoenix.
Hi, I am Nisha Tashay. I am with Royalty Reigns and Royalty Reigns Twins here with Holistic Lifestyle and Alternatives.
All right, my name is Monife T.Y. I am the owner of Dolly's Vegan Bistro. We're located in 3rd Ward at 2616 Blodgett Street. You can check us out at www.dollysveganbistro.com.
Lafayette, everyone. I'm Nani Kori. You can say Ifuru. I am the part ownership of Royalty Reigns Inc., where we transition and help people transition to a healthy living lifestyle. And we're out here to bring that beautiful energy to share with everyone around the world.
I say. So, I've been feeling this shift that's happening. I couldn't really explain it, but I don't find it by happenstance that you text me this morning, right? And so, but I actually wrestled with it, but I was like, you know what? If I'm the community ambassador, I have to put out what it is to help our communities. You know what I mean? And so, I want to start with you, Ifuru. What's on your spirit? What do you feel like you need to put out there and let the people know what's going on?
As far as for our people, we have been experiencing a lot of different things in this world today, and what we bring here to the world is to help the world become a better place, and to help others get their bodies, mind, body, and spirit back into an alignment with its natural state. And speaking with women from all over the world that have experienced different parts of their body being taken, burned, dismantled, and out here trying to figure out a way to put that part of themselves back together. We are here, and we have people here that have experienced many things that women have been through. And we're here to speak about that so that we can help heal ourselves back into the natural state of who we are. And we have a panel full of beautiful people that are here to share what we do and what we have experienced with ourselves and are experiencing today.
I say. Ms. Pasha, how do you feel? What's on your spirit?
Well, I'm glad to be here with y'all. I feel like right now we are growing here in Houston. I'm starting to see a lot of those that were it's getting more tight-knit here.
Sure.
More people are recognizing and working together all post-COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So it's actually a lot more good feels going on. People it's new businesses, we still have our spiffles and our spaffles, but for the most part right now, it's almost like it's silent, but it's happening. It's growing, even though there's a lot of people moving here, those who have been here in the community, we are even though everything doesn't always move smoothly, we're still working with each other. So it's been really awesome to see that. I recently relocated, and by relocating, I was able to see how far we've come here, and so it's something like compared to 4 years ago or 3 years ago, everyone is kind of going forward in their field, and even though we're all separate, it's more blending together as far as familiarity with each one's, with the different, the north side and the south side. It's not so isolated anymore. It's kind of centralized with 3rd Ward now. People are coming in. So it's a lot of things to be happy about right now, a lot of things, you know, to be excited about because we're growing.
Gotcha. All right. So go to Ms. Monique. How do you feel?
Well, I feel pretty great, you know, and I feel like this is such a divine experience that we are encountering at this moment. Just the people that are here, how we all met each other, and I think that is because of the information that we have. How all of us have been on our own spiritual, emotional, physical journeys, learning to heal and deal with our own transgressions, as well as unlearning, relearning, and teaching our communities, you know, with our businesses, our relationships, the people that, you know, just our everyday interactions. And I feel good about this time.
Okay, that's what's up. All right.
And that's what I got today.
All right. Last but not least, Miss Nisha.
Yeah, so I agree with Pasha, I agree with Sis and Monique. Excuse me.
It's okay.
As far as like,
Yeah, thanks to the name.
It's okay.
just learning about what's going on in the community and being part of, you know, the post-COVID, knowing that, just seeing like the growth in people, the elevating, and the people who are taking opportunities at, you know, at far, because, you know, where there is some traumatic or disillusioned incidents, there's also opportunity. And a lot of people are taking advantage of the opportunities and seeing it for what it is and just being aware. And we are here to bring the alternatives, like people are looking for wellness and health, and they're looking for ways to help themselves. You can help yourself, it's definitely there. But just being available to listen and learn and also teach, because everybody also has something to teach.
Okay.
And just knowing that there are people out here that have alternatives for medical solutions and living green and being natural and just living in that state of eco-friendly, just like, and being able to know things that work for you, because not everything works for everybody the same way. It could be little, it could be a little more, or it could be a lot less. Or so just reaching out to people like us in the community, and if you have questions about alternatives for yourself, maybe we all know medication don't work. So just omit that and ask for guidance on where you see fit for your life, and reaching out to people to ask them how can they help you, you know, with your solutions. And I don't know, I don't have all the answers, but we have a team here of people who are in different areas and can offer different expertise and different natural solutions, and that's what we all bring in lifestyle, in food, in words, verbal, and in the astrology world. There's so many ways of healing self and knowing that that does exist. So I'm definitely grateful to be here and to be able to share that information, because it's even down, I'm in fashion and health and wellness, and it's even down to the fabrics, eco-friendly fabrics, cotton, and even when you're wearing a mask, you know, you need to think about the fibers within the mask that you're breathing in, because that's unnatural. So just knowing that you have this community here to reach out, and you can always reach us at 1-833-3-REIGNS. That's REIGNS, and ask questions. We got a 5-minute hotline. You can ask a question that's going to put you in another direction to transition your life into a healthier living lifestyle.
It's interesting that y'all came, because yesterday I interviewed Rashad Ingleton with Nubian Pride 713. I think
Kale's Kitchen.
Kale's Kitchen, yeah, he came by here yesterday. He was mentioning about you know, the Black Unity movement and whatnot, how it has to kind of, how it's morphed into what it's doing. You know what I mean? Like, it's effortless, but it's happening. That makes sense. You know what I mean? And so, but he mentioned about, you know, the whole COVID thing. He said he's not going to take the vaccine. You know, and I agree. To each his own. You do what you want to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? But when you say healing, how can a person start off and say, you know what, how do I heal myself? What do we do first?
me, I think first off, you should have some sense of your birth chart. That's a good way to start with healing because there's so many herbs, and over time, if you're not experienced, with the herbs, you can't just really take free advice, because herbs work differently with different people.
Sure.
So, like when COVID came in, we had teas, we would serve teas for pneumonia and for flu. And then I noticed the teas wasn't working, and that's when we had something different going on. Well, I went into another sister, and she was like, well, we got the cloves, we got the oil of oregano. And everyone was frantic looking for these oils, and they were sold out all online. And that's when I realized it's so imperative that we have what we need in our community.
Sure.
But we were able to adjust. We were able to, I was able to ride through town with my packs of clove and dropping them off. This person's sick, this person's sick. That was such a wonderful feeling to not have the fear and to still be able to help others while taking care of myself. But we, first of all, had to know what to do because the general ginger, turmeric, cinnamon, cayenne combo, it wasn't working. Even with the garlic, it was just like it wasn't for it. And then we brought up these other things, and people became more familiar with the oils. And it's with healing right now in Houston, we even have where if you need help with birth control services, if you need help with finding a doula, like we have that here. It's not like you gotta search far. We got the Egyptian yoga, we got the regular yoga, we got the herbalists that's advanced, the ones that can help you if you want to know more and be trained. You're looking at the panel right now. We have this design, we have all this in our community right now. If you need your house decorated, if you need, aesthetically, you need a wedding service. I mean, we have everything here ready. And not only is it ready, it's like pumping full of life, almost like it's just got planted and it's just ready to sprout. You can feel the energy here. And so like, I specialize in astrology. Many of us are Reiki healers. A lot of people aren't familiar with Reiki.
Can you explain what Reiki is?
Well, a good example for people, that are scared and they feel like, oh, that must be witchcraft. Well, some people argue that Jesus went for 30 years and studied Reiki. I mean, literally, the Reiki masters will straight tell you everything he did was Reiki energy, the laying on the hands. Well, don't you know your child can do Reiki? Do you know a 4-year-old can come lay hands on you? And so when I was convinced is, in other countries, they have healing centers with no regular doctors or nurses, but they'll concentrate and you can sit there and see a tumor and then see on the screen x-ray, and you got 3 people doing Reiki and you start to see the tumor get smaller and smaller to where it disappears.
Wow.
This is the art of healing that we have not been taught yet. That's what's been, it's not that we haven't been taught, it's been hidden.
Okay.
And so this is the time of all things that are hidden are now being revealed. And it's coming whether we remember it or our spirit remember it. Just recently, she was saying, it came to me to use this for healing for my son.
Sure.
And you'll go and research it, and that's the exact thing that you need. Because as we grow in ourselves, in our power, what we need is given to us.
Sorry,
So that's where the healing's coming from. It's coming from our earth cells, our natural mother earth self that we're a part of, like vines.
Sure. Well, Nife, you're into food. And I came by your spot about 2 weeks ago and I had a nice hamburger and whatnot. So how can you, how can I put it to you? So I know you deal with energy. So when a person comes in and says, hey, I'm hungry, what can I eat? What do you suggest first? If they're not vegan, that's a...
Yeah, see, if they're not vegan, which is the reason why Dolly's exist, it's partially why it exists. So, burgers, many people love burgers, right? So, it's kind of considered as a gateway food, right? So, people, we learn like when we are trying to transition to a habit that better serves us, we still like to, the things that stick are when we start going to relatable things, and then doing that one into, the more strict and intense diets. Because you do start to feel a difference when you do let go of certain dairy products, meat products, and things of that sort. So I would suggest, if they are new to veganism, I would do a signature burger with avocados and things of that sort. But also, we get a lot of people that, when one becomes vegan, it tends to be like they are at a certain mental state where they are open and more conscious and mindful of their body. So they also have more questions, and that's when I can get deeper into the burgers as well as my salads. I push my salads a lot because I do feel like it is a whole dynamic within itself.
Do you put those jalapenos in there too?
No, because jalapenos are not alkaline.
I'll tell you about the story of jalapenos later on. Anyway, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yes, I don't put jalapenos because jalapenos are considered highly acidic and hybrid. So that's why the salad is like a healing source. It is very mineral rich, high on alkaline scale. Our bodies have a natural chemical affinity to it. It feels good when we eat it. It digests easily, and the energy goes where it needs to go to serve its purpose.
Gotcha.
Right? So that's what I would suggest.
Okay. All right. So, Ifuru, you talked about, you was mentioning about, was it Reiki?
Reiki.
Reiki, okay. So, if I would come to you tonight and say, hey, you know what, I need a healing, I've been feeling this energy around me, you know what I mean, what would be the first step for me to, do I gotta shave all my hair off, or what do I do? I'm sorry, I got a dry sense of humor, y'all. But no, what's the first process of a person coming to you and being, that first session, I should say?
That first session, so finding out exactly what it is. So you already came to the consultation, you're already expressing what's going on within yourself, so that would be the consultation. The next would be the meditation, because now we're going in. Once we go in, then the Reiki starts. The Reiki starts as you sit yourself into a state, a restful state, to where you're able to not just don't know what you feel, and just at a state where you're just relaxed.
Am I doing pot belly breathing, or
you're going to be breathing deeply in and out.
Gotcha.
And the whole time.
Okay.
And that's where a lot of clients are learning to do, is to breathe in and out consciously, knowing I'm breathing in and out. So that's the beginning of that's a whole nother, once you learn how to breathe, then that adds value, it adds more to life, because that's life. And so the next step after that would be now sending you on your journey, and things do come up, because now that energy goes to where it needs to heal. I'm just a conduit, I'm just the one that the energy is flowing through to get to you and to go where it needs to go. So that's the journey of you exploring these things and different parts of yourself that is coming up that needs to be healed.
Almost like when a child is born, they come through the mother. It's almost the same thing. So it's like.
That's a great way of relating it, because that's really true. That's the life force. And then you're learning to breathe again. Well, breathe it. At this rate, at this time, you will be learning to breathe again, because when you came through, no one had to tell you to breathe. Right. No one had to teach you. You just automatically did it.
Well, the doctor, they probably did smack us on the backside.
It was like, oh,
that's the whole other story, right?
Let's help you out a little bit.
Right. Gotcha. Right. Okay.
So those are steps that will go. Now we do have other steps that take it further, but you're speaking directly on Reiki. But what we do is we go through a movement session where you're being taught to learn how to move your body in a way that your body's able to, the energy is able to flow. Gotcha. And that's through divine feminine movements, and they're divine feminine movements because it's still the feminine side of ourselves that we have to be able to allow to flow.
Gotcha.
And so
basically, that's because y'all, so feminine is more, is that yoga that you're mentioning, or is it just that whole different lane?
It's a different lane, but it's still moving your body in ways that and breathing as you're moving. Gotcha. Because we stop and breathe, but then we won't keep going, or we forget to breathe in the middle of moving. And so now you're learning to stop, be consciously aware of you breathing. Now you're in charge because you know that you haven't been breathing.
Gotcha.
And now you're reminded to breathe within yourself, because yourself is the part of you that tells you everything first before anybody else does.
So you mentioned about decorating. So how is decorating your place so important about energy?
Feng shui.
Mm-hmm.
The energy of how you place your furniture, the places you put your mirror, the bringing the naturalism, the plants in your home, and adding some elements of the earth. You know, you've got your crystals, you've got even down to the sage, saging the energy, the letting go of the negative and bringing in the positive, and having that fresh air to breathe. Again, breathing is most importantly. And even if you're gonna breathe, you know, you can also be breathing in the aromas of essential oils, of barks of sage, barks of Palo Santo, yeah. And there's just so many ways of healing. That's why when Pasha was speaking of healing, the different ways, people really feel like there's only one way, and there's so many. Like, you can literally test like things, and it's all natural. So what you may not get from what you are looking for, you may not come from one thing. It may come from more than one thing. And sometimes it is in placing your furniture in certain places, because a lot of people don't know that, you know, if your computer is away from your window, or too close to your window, they don't know that the energy is blocked somewhere. So it just depends. So you really have to just kind of feel out the client and see how you can help them. Because some people aren't automatically wanting to go straight to food. You know, like, oh, I'm not ready to change my lifestyle with the food just yet. But there are ways to get you there, like oils, like feng shui, like clothing, like that's another thing. Like, it's all about self-love and self-healing, and just know where you are and where you want to be, and however that comes in lifestyle, that's kind of what we provide. And we got a team and resources of people to help them in some ways.
Gotcha. Okay. I know we're on a time schedule.
That's really important. I remember someone saying that in feng shui, like, if you have a bed and you're trying to attract a mate, to never have just one dresser, because you're attracting just one. But if you want to have a mate, you want to have the matching set, and you don't want to have like teddy bears on your bed, because you're bringing in a childlike spirit. You want to invite, you want to have two pillows, not one. And so, I think it works. I even heard of like a girl saying she couldn't sleep, but she slept right by double mirrors. And it was like, or she had a type of confusion, but it was like too many images of herself. And it's like she had to adjust that, and it adjusted her sleep. So yeah, you're right. Like, feng shui is, it's old, but a lot of people are just now finding out about it.
That's interesting. Wow. Yeah, I know we can go on probably the whole day talking about energy and feng shui and food and Reiki, all that kind of stuff. So where can they find you on Instagram? We're going to start with Pasha. And we'll get all your Instagram looks and things, they can know where you are.
Well, I'm on Healing Den on Instagram. You can also go to my website, healthemwithin.com. Or you can reach me by email, healingdeninfo@gmail.com.
All right, so you can reach me on Royalty Reigns. Royalty, that's ROYALTY. Reigns, REIGHGNS. Inc. INC. And also under Nisha Tashay for my design and health and wellness coach services and products. So, and also royaltyreigns.inc.com.
All right.
Sure.
Monife.
Monife TY. You can go to Monife_TY, MONIFE_TY, TIWA, as well as my Instagram, Dolly's Vegan Bistro. That's Dolly's, DOLLIES, Vegan, VEGAN, Bistro, BISTRO, as well as my website. You can order for pickup or delivery, and that's www.dollysveganbistro.com.
And you can find me on Instagram under Royalty Reigns Twins, and also Ifu Kori. You can also contact us on our healthy health line. Roy is 1-833-3-RAINS, and that's REIGNS RAINS. You can contact us. We are doing free consultation services, so y'all better get that out here so that y'all can get this help, because that's what we're here to do.
Yes, all right. So y'all make sure and go to my YouTube channel, subscribe to it. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before the end of the month. I'm at 235 or something like that. So y'all make sure to go subscribe, y'all too. Anyway, also if you follow the Political Street movement, go to my website, politicalstreet.org. Get you a T-shirt. There's a donate button on there too. Yeah. Also, I'm on Instagram and Facebook at Politically Street. So until next time, y'all. Peace.
Peace.
All right.